retro trekking with the caramel apples, the apple snack that brings you a retro vibe, both crunchy and sweet, with your hosts Kennedy Rizzo and Cooper Lee.
Puppy power! So, welcome back, Orchard Archivers. This is part 3 of our puppy love episodes that we are doing, showcasing and trying to touch on all the moments that are special for those of us that are dog lovers at heart. Mm-hmm. You know, you have your four-legged pal, and we're just doing an ode to them. Because we know there's many Orchard Archivers out there that have the dogs. So, this one's for you.
That's right. And real quick, Coop, I mean, what is your opinion about that? Because, you know, like we're cat moms, but you know how trends go back and forth. Do you think it's more of a puppy world, a puppy parent world, cats, or do you think it's a good mix of everything? Because even there's people with exotic animals for pets.
I would say, I think there's probably more people who have dogs.
Right now? You think that's trending?
I do.
Yeah.
I really do. Because I'll tell you why I think there's an upsurge in that, and it's because of the service dogs.
Oh, that's a good reference there. Yes.
Yeah, because I'm sure they have different other types of, I think they've even had birds and stuff, but I think the majority of the service animals would be the dog persuasion. Yeah.
Gotcha.
What do you think?
You can think about things over the years, the ebb and flow of trends.
Yeah.
And I know, like, because we're cat moms, everything cats, cat videos, cats everywhere. Like, it's like, it was like, they were everywhere.
They really were, yes.
But I do think you're right. I do think that the dial's turning a little bit the other way. Like, people have always had puppies, dogs, whatever, and love them.
Absolutely.
But I do think it's a thing again. You're right. I think that people, like, because remember, like, back in the aughts, a lot of the celebrities, they got kids now, but a lot of the celebrities were carrying their dogs around in these specialized bags. And
yes.
You remember that? Because our friend, she's part of the girl squad. Yeah, our friend, she got in on that. She was all about Britney Spears and everything. Like, she was just trying to emulate her to the umpteenth degree.
Oh yes, and I think her little dog, I don't even remember what kind she had, but I think she was buying the little outfits and all of that.
She was. It was a little Chihuahua.
Okay. Yeah.
I can't remember its name, but like, she would carry it around and take it with her. Like, she act like she couldn't go anywhere without having, I think it was a female, her little puppy around. But anyway, she was all about that.
I remember that. I don't even know if she still has that dog.
I don't either. But
yes.
That's the trend right now. I think we are in a dog trend. I think you're right, Coop.
Absolutely. And before we get all the way into the dogs, as per usual, we've already showed you we have a lot to talk about. So before we get deep into that discussion this week, we just wanted to remind you to hit that subscribe button and visit us on YouTube, Instagram, X, and TikTok. Also, check out our website, RetroTrekwithTheCaramelApples.com, to see all the latest and greatest updates going down in the Retro Orchard. Okay, so our discussion is set to be most eye-opening, and of course, we're hitting that puppy love button once again. We're touching and pulling on the heartstrings of people because you're thinking of your little canines. That's right. And, here's a little fun fact for you.
Okay.
Disney, it is their 70th anniversary this year, and that's coming up in May. And that is most exciting. We know we have a lot of Disney fans out there. You think of Disney, we have about, I think, at least three or four dogs that we have featured so far and going to feature. That we've already talked about Pluto, we've already talked about Goofy, and we're going to get into some others later on. And it's all about Disney, right? You think about Disney.
Yeah.
So, 101 Dalmatian, that was the other one we've already talked about. So
we can't forget about them. No.
We can't forget about them. Disney hot and heavy, all throughout this. They love their dogs. So we're getting right started again on, it's not the Disney doggies just yet.
Okay.
But we've already talked about Tom and Jerry a little bit because we mentioned Droopy in our other episode. But you think about Tom and Jerry.
No, please, no.
Now, Tom, he had his nemesis, of course.
Oh, yeah.
And anyone who was Tom's nemesis was usually Jerry's friend, right? That's what, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, or I can't even remember how that saying goes. But, Jerry, he used to call on old Spike, who was a bulldog.
Right.
And he would call on him for his help. And he was usually there at the ready to help Jerry because he could not stand Tom. But Spike, he was also given the nickname as Butch and Killer in some episodes of the cartoon. And do you remember his little baby?
Yes.
He was so cute. What was his name?
Was it Tyke?
Tyke. That seems familiar. He was just this sweet little head. He was adorable.
Yeah, so we were talking about Scrappy and his little puppy power. Yes, he was the same way. There was no body. He was all head.
No, it wasn't.
And Tyke, he was the same. He was just a big old head.
That's right. He was adorable.
Yeah, he was.
And I think there was an episode one time where he couldn't bark or something, and he had his dad all worried. He was all sorts of worried. He was like, speak to me, son. And he was just barely able to get anything out. Oh, Spike was beside himself. Like, what is wrong with my little baby?
Oh.
And I think it came down to Tom had done something accidentally. Because he wasn't trying to get on Butch's bad side, or Spike's bad side. He wasn't trying to get on his bad side. He just kind of naturally did.
He sure did. He just was his nemesis.
He was. So, he's all sitting there panicking and maybe turning all sheets of white because he knew he was going to be myrtleized, right? Spike was going to myrtleize him.
That was his word.
It was. Oh, so much fun. Much fun.
And if you want to know more about the Tom and Jerry, Spike, Tyke saga, you'll have to check out our episode of The Nostalgia of Tom and Jerry right here on our podcast. So we'll look for that and we'll link that in the show notes.
Sounds good. Loving the direction this is going.
I do too.
So here's another one that I'm sure the majority of the archivers will know who this is. He's been around for quite some time, and he's, they've had a revival of sorts because there was just a new movie come out of Garfield. All right.
What you got, Coop?
Let's just get into it.
Okay.
Odie.
Oh my God. Odie.
Odie.
That's terrible.
It is ugly, isn't it?
Yes.
So he belonged to John Arbuckle.
Even uglier.
Yes. Now, Odie's Doki. Oh, sorry. His dorky owner was John Arbuckle, as we mentioned, and they were all at Garfield's command. Now, we already featured Garfield in our cat talk, of course, but Odie, he was this little yellow beagle, and he was... So Odie is kind of a feminine name, shorter for, and it's kind of like a nickname for Odell, I think.
Ooh, Odell.
Yeah, or Odette. Yeah, but Odie was a boy. He was fictional, of course, and I guess there might have been a real dog, Zetlin Odie Peterson.
Oh my goodness, that is smelly.
It is, isn't it?
Yes.
But he may have at one time been someone else's owner, but he lives with John now.
Okay.
We'll have to get real good on the backstory of what all Odie was up to in his life before coming into Garfield's realm. But we just know that once he got to be with Garfield, he was like one of his closest companions. Garfield enjoys the fact that Odie is less intelligent than he is. Frequently. So Garfield enjoys the fact that Odie is a little less intelligent than he is. And frequently takes advantage of his gullibility.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, and usually resulting in Odie being hurt in some way or his food being stolen.
Oh.
Yeah, Garfield is next level, right? He is quite the terror. But he's a lazy terror. He's like, you can imagine him being on the other side of the room telling someone, come over here. They come over, just so he can slap them. Come over here so I can slap you. Like,
ooh, that's rotten.
The thing is, Odie literally is at his beck and call. I mean, you feel bad for little Odie. He doesn't talk. He'll bark sometimes. But Odie, he went from being a comic character. Now he's been in movies. I believe there was some cartoons that were actually made a while back. They might have been in the 80s or the 90s. I'll have to do some fact checking on that. But yeah, like, Odie is adorable, but Garfield's a rotten terror. He is a terror to be... Who wants to deal with him? Obviously John. But John's a slave to him too, so... But yeah, Odie, he was something else. He was so cute. Odie's cute.
He is cute. I always liked him too.
Yeah. But here's one for you. We, and I believe our first episode, we mentioned Astro, right? And that was far into the future. Well, now we're going back a few years. All the way back to the Stone Age. This is Dino.
Oh, yes, Dino.
Yeah, like who doesn't remember Dino from the Flintstones?
Yup.
Now, Dino is a prosauropod-like dinosaur. Or a snorkosaurus?
Oh.
So obviously he made our list truly because he was their dog, even though he wasn't a dog. So we're just going to have some fun with this one.
Okay.
But he was purple and Was his spots black on his back?
Yes.
Okay. It's been a while since I've seen him, but he would still be like, "Row, row, 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 row." You know, and he definitely does exhibit the characteristics of a typical domesticated canine. And I love it in the opening for the Flintstones. It was always, you know, the modern Stone Age family, blah, blah, blah. And then they're like bringing in Dino and then putting out their Stegosaurus. Not Stegosaurus.
No,
The
saber-tooth cat.
Saber-tooth. There it is. Yes. You know, like they do with dogs and cats, right? So he was literally their dog.
Yeah.
I love it. So he was like an honorable mention for us.
Dino was cute. And again, we've talked about this before with nostalgia. Like, things were crafted, even cartoons, animated gems, so well.
Yeah.
We do remember Dino, the dog. Like, he's more interesting than some of the main characters and stuff that they do today.
Absolutely.
Way to go, Dino. Like, he made his mark in pop culture, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, I bet your brother's numb. He's home pinging now.
Uh-oh.
Not pinging.
Yeah, and the fact is, too, that I believe there was at least one live action. Was that in the 2000s or was that in the...
Yeah, I think that that was done in the early aughts. I think they did because I think it was John Goodman. He was spread.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, what was her name? Oh, Rosie O'Donnell.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think who Wilma was.
Oh, did they do a couple then? Because wasn't Halle Berry, Betty Rubble in one of them?
They must. Yes, I think they did do a revival.
Huh. Okay, because I actually it's on one of the streaming platforms, the one with John Goodman. I didn't watch it, but I mean I saw it in the lineup and I was like, man, they dug that one out of the vault.
And it's funny because I mean he does fit that bill.
Yeah,
he definitely put you in mind of Fred.
yeah. So while you're doing that, listen to this.
Okay, Dino, he's home. Go say hello.
No, Dino, no! Hold it, boy! Hold it! Now stop it, Dino. Stop it! You hear that, Dino? Stop
it! What a blast from the past.
Yeah. He loved him some Daddy Fred.
Yes, he did. He was ready and waiting, which, again, like we said, that's what's depicted. That's why people love their dogs, right? They know they're loyal. They know they're going to be sitting there waiting on them, ready to welcome them home, regardless of what kind of day they had. They're ready to see them, you know?
Yeah.
That unconditional love.
Awesome.
Yeah. People need that these days.
That's right. So you need to go adopt your closest Snorkosaurus.
I wonder if they come in other colors besides purple. Okay, so here's one for you that he's just in a class of his own, because when you think of Strawberry Shortcake, everything smells delightful, right? Everything smells good. And, you know, dogs might not smell so fresh sometimes, but this little guy never had to worry about that. And his name is Pupcake.
That's adorable.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah.
So what's adorable about him is that Pupcake has made his way into about 3 different owners' hearts in the course of him being in the franchise of Strawberry Shortcake.
Okay.
So I believe originally in 1980s, he belonged to Huckleberry Pie. And then in 2003, Berry Bitty Strawberry Shortcake. And then Berry in the Big City Orange Blossom, I think.
Okay.
That might be all kind of messed up. But anyway, Pupcake is a beagle. And
Aww.
yeah. Now I don't know, you probably feel the same way. You remember him being with Huckleberry Pie with that doll.
I don't remember Pupcake.
Really?
Nope.
Oh. Yeah, he was cute. He had like little, I believe he kind of had like patchwork on him.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, just vaguely. The patchwork is ringing a bell.
I think so.
Oh,
Kind of reminds you kind of like a little quilt doll or something, or
yeah.
quilt dog.
Yeah.
I think. But anyway, that's where I picture him is mainly with the little boy, Huckleberry Pie.
Okay.
So and everything, like we said, with Strawberry Shortcake dolls, everything was just smelled so good. And he's right in there with them. He was packaged with them.
Yeah, we couldn't get enough of them dolls. Like, they smelled so wonderfully good.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Love it, love it, love it. I wish I could get a perfume that smelled like that now, honestly. I mean,
yeah, that would be
an
the bee's,
idea.
that would be the bee's knees.
So that's it for this week's Apple Snack. But if you would like to hear more, please stay tuned for our following episode, wrapping all this up about our Puppy Love episodes. Come back next week and we'll see you there. See you next time in the Retro Orchard, and thanks so much for listening. Bye!
Bye!